Now let's move on to the markets. In Nigeria, of course, we have seen the market trend down last week, especially on Friday when it was down about 1.4%. Currently, the market is marginally lower, and to get an update on what's going on, we're joined by Igboje Higo, Managing Director at Capital Bank Core, and he joins us on the line for this discussion. Thank you so much, Igboje, for joining us. And so a big place to start for me will be the Oando story. Of course, they've released results today. I'm hearing that the share price has come under some pressure, some people suggesting that the dividend was not as good as they expected. But your thoughts on the results?
Well, the results were good. I would characterize them as being good. They had, almost 100 billion in increase in terms of gross earnings. You saw the administrative expenses going down. They've done a dividend of 75 kobo. I think it's very good. It's very good. It could be better, but it's good. And I think the market is still trying to digest it. So you are seeing the share price come under a bit of pressure, but I think it's a good result.
Shift gear a bit and look at the primary market. Clearly, we've seen quite a number of rights issue. Of course, Sterling Bank is one of those, opening a rights issue for 12.5 billion naira today. And I want to just get your take on the primary market and how that is coming back. We're seeing a resurgence of rights issues, but a lot of people still saying no public offering yet.
Well, look, it's a good thing. First of all, we didn't have a market. Now we have a market where the secondary market has gone up. The stock market has gone up 30% this year. In the last 2 years, we saw a lot of bond offerings in the primary market. We didn't see any equity offering whatsoever. This year, we've seen quite a few equity offerings. And last week, Result Savings and Loans came up with a hybrid, rights and a public subscription. So it's taking time. It's like a trickle, but it's much better than it has been. We've seen about 6-7 issues this year. We had the UPDC earlier in the year. We had the Oando rights that was successful. So 6 months into the year, not bad at all.
All right. And when do you think we're going to see that big public offering that a lot of people are hoping to see? A lot of people looking at the consumer stocks, that their valuations are very rich. And of course, because many of these public offerings are issued at a discount, perhaps that is the way forward.
Well, I see going into the third, fourth quarters of this year, and particularly early part of next year, I see a return of the primary issues market, and I see new listings. I see companies who are already listed coming back to the market to raise some funds. We're looking at the third, fourth quarter of this year and early next year to see an increasing number of companies, patronizing the market.
All right, let's run through a few of your stock picks. Which stocks do you like right now in this market that is obviously coming down? In fact, maybe I should ask you that to start with. Your thoughts on where it's going from now. This week, what are your expectations?
Well, I expect that this week will be marginally low. Month to date, we've seen a decrease of about 3.52. But look, but place that against the background that in May, the market went up 13% in May. That's the highest growth of any month this year. So I guess it stands to reason that the market is just, losing a bit of its steam. Profit takers are exiting the market and so on. So I expect that the market will still be a little bit slow for maybe another week or 2 weeks. And once we start to expect, the second quarter results, which will start coming in first, second week of July, then I think the market will start to go up again.
Okay, so this may be a buying opportunity, buying into the dips. Which stocks do you like right now? A lot of people talking about financials. Is that where you are putting money right now too?
Well, yeah. For the financials, I could buy right away because some of them I think are finely priced. They're a good price. I like Diamond Bank. I like UBA. I like ETI. I would like FBNH and GDB to go down a little bit more. Then, I think they will be good to buy. Then FITSIN. FITSIN is non-financial, but, we're looking at it very closely. It's doing very, very well. The first quarter results are good. End of year results are good. The dividend payments are good. So FITSIN, we're shining our lights on FITSIN.
All right. If we can come back to Oando, and you mentioned that you thought the results were good, but that sector as a whole, is that a sector that It's a sector that not too many people talk about. Of course, given the fact that it's regulated, prices are regulated for petrol, so maybe not as exciting as others. Is that a sector that you're looking at, that you're finding other opportunities?
No, but you see, Oando is a little bit different because Oando is perhaps the most integrated of all of them that are quoted, for the oil marketing stocks. Oando, is in energy, is in upstream, downstream, it's in gas. So it has an integrated business. And it's trying to pull through this ConocoPhillips deal. And if that goes through, it will become a game changer for Oando. So Oando is perhaps not exactly like the others. So I think at the right price, which I think is where it is right now, Oando is a buy, but it's a medium to long-term play.
Right. Do you like any other names in that space? I mean, Total, Mobil. Are there any others that tickle your interest?
No, I mean, if you're building a portfolio, I'll have a bit of Total and Mobil in it, but I'll just be looking for the right price. That would be it, yeah.